Okay, good afternoon again. I'd like to call to order the Horry County Solid Waste Authority Annual Meeting for Tuesday, June 25th, 2019. So we will start with annual reports. And Mr. Knight, you're up first.
Okay, thank you so much. This has been a trying year, to say the least, and it's probably the most trying in the 10 years that I've been here. For the simple reason that it took 16 months to get the management plan through. Meetings and the preparation and everything that we had to do to get that through. Ordeal, but the report starts on page 139. We will not go through all this stuff, but Uncorporated Affairs completed the annual progress report to DGAC, which is always a pretty big task. Public education, education staff, if you'll see all the things that they participate in. Three, increase the number of FBA recycling customers by 94. And this doesn't include the ones that we bought. Visits, tours to schools. We have completed 19th year of Talking Trash program, and the kids brought in 316,495 pounds of recycling into the classroom. And it's just amazing. Page 142, Unincorporated, we maintained their schedule through Hurricane Florence, and we did have a hurricane this year.
That's why the management plan should have been slammed dunk. As hard as we worked and what we accomplished, it should have been lauded by the county and not.
Page 142, the materials recycling facility, what we went through to prepare the bid for the equipment up there, traveled around. The last travel tour the staff went on kind of changed the whole direction on the equipment, and we awarded Machine X $3.3 million contract, and staff is still working on that. They were in town last week for 2 days, making sure all the small details was worked out, and you see what else we did, the MRF tipping floor and the storage building. The landfill, the piggyback 3 permit application in itself. What we did, the scale house project that we're working on, number 9. Alternate road into the landfill for flooding. 13, 3 words, Hurricane Florence process. And days and hours, and we spent on that alone. And we did not miss a day here because of the flood, because we were pretty quick on our feet. Collection and hauling. We know we bought 2 companies, recycling containers en route. We worked that into our route system. Administration Department number 5 assisted 101 people in completing their community service requirements with drug and mental health court. This equated to 2,394 hours gained from those people, and a lot of people don't want to be aggravated with that project, but they can take a lot of batteries and they can do a lot of weed eating, and that was hours that we did not have to pay. Number 8, Carolina Pines, deal that we completed. Another annual report with no management letter. We presented our quarterly, which was a major undertaking. And I put in the packet on page 144, 145, just what we went through on the man. 16-month ordeal from the first time that the tech committee met on November 6, 2017, till we sent it to DHEC March the 15th.
Did you put in there how much extra money it cost us?
Paid the people, the professional people to come and sit there and not be asked a question, come back next meeting, or we're not gonna be.
The silver lining is the final presentation. County council was terrific. They learned a lot. You could tell that they were all engaged. They were learning about the process and what we.
That brings up an interesting point, because all of the time that we spent to get this management plan put together, we still have, questions about alternative plans.
Yeah.
Still have questions about, why can't we do this and why can't we do that? And I've talked to Danny about it, and my thing is that we need to spend our energy on phase 3 and move ahead. Now, I don't mind people talking about the alternative, but with all of this, you look at, there's 2 pages of this stuff. And we were supposed to have the best people in the state, maybe in the southeast, even the county contractor with them, to look at our plan. And if they didn't find an alternative, where's that coming from now? And so my thing is, I think we need to forge ahead and do what the management plan says, and continue to work forward with that. I mean, I don't mind talking to people about an alternative. We may have to go to an alternative if this doesn't work out. But I don't want to spend thousands of dollars looking at the cost of what it would cost to do an alternative plan when we've already spent 16 months to get this in place. And so that's my feeling about it. I think we need to forge ahead. We can talk, there's always alternatives. We've been talking about alternatives for years. We've talked about incinerators, and we've talked about, and we still need to talk about alternative plans. But you can't stop every 5 minutes to look at an alternative plan, because if we do, we'll never get this plan pushed through, and we'll be out of time when it's time to do that. And I just, looking at what's proposed for an alternative plan just doesn't make sense to me.
We're proceeding on our permitting.
Yeah.
Like we've
We've
been,
been proceeding
So-
on, we're pretty much on schedule with it, and we'll continue
And so,
that.
that's my feeling. I don't mind talking to people, and I don't mind listening. I've been listening for the last 3 or 4 weeks about, we can save this and we can save that, and we can do this and we can do that. But I'm not up for telling Danny to go out and hire Vance Moore or anybody else and spend $4,000 or $5,000 to determine what it would cost to start a C&D plant on 1187 acres. That's just,
There's
No way.
no permits over there. It made it sound like that everything's in place, all we gotta do is just go over there and start. That's not so.
Well-
You have to start from scratch.
and you think about it, you're talking about starting up another landfill. And we know, and I know, the opposition that we had when we talked about 1187 the first time. That was one of the reasons it was abandoned. Now we got more people in there. You got all those Hillberry people up here. You would be fighting for years, and I doubt you would ever get it done.
I don't think.
I doubt you'd ever get it done. And then what happens here? Where does this go? I mean, what do we say here? Well, you had a plan, you abandoned it to look at something else. I think the county finally, like Bo said in that last presentation, finally realized that this was a plan that could happen and that could really be beneficial to the citizens of Horry County. My thing is, Sedan and them is to forge ahead with Plan A. And
We've had a good year, and I can just lay all the credit to the staff we've got, from from the guy that keeps this building clean to the main operator, to the shop, going to one end to the other. We've got good people and they make it work, and I'm just proud to be part of it. And I appreciate the opportunity to be your executive director, and we will continue to look forward to next year.
Appreciate it, and I think you've done an excellent job.
Yeah, they did a lot. I'm telling you, look at that, that's a lot. Plus,
Good management plan is in
plus
place.
dealing with your headache on the phone all the time. You got
And
a
the
lot.
flood, I mean, just what
Yep.
Started with
flooded
that.
on.
Yeah.
Year started with that.
I mean, I'm looking at this date from November 6th. 16 months. We never had that kind of. Anyway,
And that's my report, sir.
okay, it says officers, what, we make nomination at this point in time. Sam Johnson in here, who chaired the,
I am.
nomination?
And I did a fabulous job. My name didn't come up from that list.
You're not shy, are you?
So, well, I like to sit back and just kind of watch. So, anyway, we did meet and we did, upon, Ms. Creech's recommendation, we decided to keep it as the same. I was vice chairman, Michael Campbell was secretary, and Pam Creech as treasurer.
Pursuant to the provisions provided in Robert's Rules of Order, I move that the nominations be closed.
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. Y'all got any questions? All those in favor, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
And the motion has been carried. So you entrusted me again to
Mr.
sit
Chairman.
in this chair once again.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate your confidence in me, and I'll continue to try to do the best I can. You guys have been a great help.
And when you go to Florida, you know it'll be okay when you get back.
Yeah, well, I look here, I'm no landfill engineer. We pay Danny to run that, so I'm not going on the landfill except to run that new piece of equipment with him. I'm gonna rely on Danny and his staff to take care of it, and they've been doing a great
Well,
job.
now, they offered, after I went through the simulator and did well, to let me run that one, and I said no, because if I broke it, they'd make me pay for it. They'd vote to make me pay for
Well,
it.
I think Sam and I are gonna get some kind of letter saying that we don't have to pay for anything once we break it.
My mechanic and staff don't want me to run.
Huh?
Who you gonna get the letter from?
I don't know yet.
I think the chairman would write
As
the
a
letter.
chairman, you can write it
But
on.
I'm gonna write my own letter. I'll find somebody to sign it. Okay, all right, let's move on. Under committees, I misspoke earlier. When I asked Carl to do the,
Recycle.
recycling, because, your term, the committees end in July. And we will need to reappoint committees back, end in June, we'll need to reappoint committees in July, which I will do. So you may still have an opportunity to do it, you never
He
know.
may do just leave
Don't
it
give
like
up
we
on
did
it.
the other.
We may just leave it, like we did, but anyway, I need to make sure that we do that in July, and then we can proceed after that. So, you don't have to sweat your hair out right now for that,
There's a reasonably good possibility that I will probably be here for the next 4 years.
We
I got a
hope so.
call,
We
I
hope.
got a call from Bob Childs on Thursday night saying that the League of Cities has placed my name back in nomination to the Horry County Council. Talked with Merrill Hatley on Friday morning, asked her to email or text Pat Hartley with a confirmation letter. Pat Hartley called me and said she has received the letter and it's on the agenda for Horry County Council. So should Horry County Council, in infinite wisdom, decide to vote yes, based on everything, I'll be here for the next 4 years, and if I don't have any friends on Horry County Council, this seat will be vacant, and all I can say is I enjoyed the last 9 months I was here. But
Well, anyway, I'm sure you'll be back, and we're looking forward to that.
And on June 11th, I attended a county council meeting. Almost did not make it. They weren't letting people in when I arrived because all the red shirts had taken all the seats. They were no longer the police were no longer letting anyone go through the line because everyone had to go to another room.
Okay,
And I said, I wasn't going to, didn't make all this trip not to be seen by council because they're going to appoint me tonight. So I saw Philip Thompson standing in the doorway. I was behind Fred Richardson. He was also told he had to go to the overfill room. And he was not very pleased.
Oh, I bet he
So
would.
Philip Thompson was standing in the door. I said, Philip, let me talk to you for just a minute. Walk right past the police and talk to the sheriff and then right into the room. And Fred Richardson did the same thing.
so you made it in?
Waltzed right in, yes.
Yeah,
sir.
good.
And I was reappointed on June 11th. Yeah.
Okay,
So
great, so
I will
Bo's back in, so
be
good.
back on the board as well.
All right, very good. All right, under committees, we supposed to do finance and administration? Are we, nothing yet? We need to do anything more in operation and planning? No? Recycling? On the old business, though, we do need to do something. We need to, take some ratification, for or June 2018 through May 2019. Motion for that ratification?
I make them so move.
And second, any questions? Any questions? All those in favor, let it know by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, the ratification has been approved. On the new businesses, we have election of officers, we've already taken care of that. So we don't need to do that again unless we want to do it over. Sam, you sure?
You did it twice, didn't you, Sam?
Sign, seal, deliver.
Anything else, that we need to take care of on the annual meeting that you know of, anything? Okay, and so if that's it, the meeting is, hereby adjourned. Thank you.
Been a good year.